WrestleMania Backlash is one mother of a PLE, or rather a mother something of a PLE. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. April showers bring May releases, as another bunch of NXT has-beens and never-weres, according to the WWE anyway, were shown the door to AEW or obscurity. Maybe not the best time to have a subpar premium live event, but here we are. For the first time, it will be a Backlash without a primary championship defense, as the owner of both of those titles sneaked his way into the Unification Tag title match in order to avoid defending one or both of them. To balance things out, they brought in the Scotsman, who is on his umpteenth push of the last 4 years. Oh, there will be a women's title match, though you'd be hard-pressed to give a damn the way it's been pushed. And also 4 other one-on-one matches, 3 of which are rematches from WrestleMania. You know, never mind Backlash. This is WrestleMania Whiplash. The WWE has shifted from 4th gear down to 1st. And much like your engine, if you downshifted like that, it looks like it'll be a mess, a disaster, and very expensive to try to repair. I guess the only plus side is it's less matches for me to screw up in predicting. So here are my predictions for WrestleMania Backlash 2022. Wasn't sure which one to start with, as most of the matches are rather useless, but I'll start with Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Having MVP in his corner will do absolutely nothing to improve Omos. He's still a one-trick pony, big and strong and not even close to as tactical as Bobby Lashley. Oh, Lashley is big and strong too, and he's not above just using said strength to win the day, but unlike Omos, he can actually perform wrestling moves. It's not just punch, push, shove, clothesline, slam, pin, win with Lashley. He has skills. And as long as these two are feuding, Lashley will always win. So, winner is Bobby Lashley. Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin. Moss has proven that he can take care of himself. Truth be told, he always could. The only thing he needed Happy/King/Baron Corbin for was a major push. Now that he's won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal by himself, he doesn't need Corbin by his side. But despite his rags to riches story since SummerSlam, Corbin is in desperate need of a way to stay relevant. He probably didn't ask for this match against his former BFF, but he'll be damned if he lets this opportunity pass him by. This seems like a coin flip given both their statuses, but I think Moss can handle a PLE loss at this point and still be big news. It's Corbin who can't survive such a humbling loss. Winner is Happy Corbin. AJ Styles versus Edge, this time with Damian Priest barred from ringside. Remember when Judgment Day was just something from the Bible, or the best of the Terminator movies, or a semi-decent pay-per-view? Yeah, why did Edge have to bring it back as a faction name? This is like Shinsu or whatever in NXT when Jai Lee and Boa had to follow that freaky woman in the throne. Maybe they should just name him Damien, because that whole dual personality between his demonic side and his priestly side is pretty much done with now. Now, Styles could use a push, no doubt, perhaps a US title match in his future, but he does have to get Edge out of the picture. But here's the loophole. Priest may not be allowed at ringside, but that doesn't mean a new member of Judgment Day can't interfere. Winner is Edge. Again. American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins. You know, ever since Rollins gave up his Monday Night Messiah shtick, he's been having a hard time finding an identity that sticks. Is he no longer the king of drip? Is he even relevant these days with one former Shield member living it up in AEW and the other the Lord High Chamberlain of WWE? Rollins may still be a big name, but for now he seems to be here for one reason: getting Cody Rhodes back into the swing of things after 6 years away. Hell of a push, if you ask me. I just hope Rhodes doesn't become WWE or Universal title contender too quickly. Sure, he may deserve it for everything he's done, but superstars who get titles too quickly tend to fade even faster, and Rhodes does not deserve that. Winner is Cody Rhodes. Again. I Quit match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defends against Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Now again, I want to push Flair to tying her old man's title record as soon as possible before she gets seriously injured and can't compete, but I also thought Rousey was going to beat Flair at WrestleMania in a regulation match. Granted, she almost did, but the ref was in the wrong place, near unconscious from Flair being thrown into him. Of course, the rules of this match are dead simple. The match doesn't end until one or the other says, "I quit," into the ref's microphone. I'm sure Rousey would never voluntarily say these words, but she made a boo-boo during the contract signing. She actually said those two words. Twice. What's to stop Flair from pulling a Rock versus Mick Foley and, with Rousey KO'd, play the tape of Rousey saying those words? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it seems most logical. Winner and still champion, Charlotte Flair. Finally, six-man tag, Drew McIntyre and Raw Tag Champs RKO versus SmackDown Tag Champs The Usos and unified WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. My prayers are answered when the unification match was changed. Let's face it, as long as Raw and SmackDown are on rivaling networks, there is no way a unification of titles will be acceptable. Roman hasn't even defended his unified title yet on TV. They need to have him defend one or the other soon and ununify them. And it looks like we have a new contender for said title in Drew McIntyre. Yeah, he's still being pushed for reasons unknown, but he's still popular. People still count down with him before the Claymore is delivered. Right now, these six men are among the most talked about superstars on the roster, so putting them all in one match seems to make sense. It won't be the longest match of the night. I'm thinking Flair Rousey for that honor. But it certainly will keep the fans on their feet. As to who will win? Well, Reigns and the Usos have had it too good for too long. It's time for the Scotsman, the St. Louisan, and the OB to take them down a peg and set Reigns McIntyre at Money in the Bank. Winners are Drew McIntyre and RK Bro. Those are my picks. Here's hoping the card is better in Vegas next month. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. Stay safe, pray for peace, and I'll see you.